Okay, already this is the Money Magnet Show, and we are on impact 102.1 FM, where we talk about how to make money, manage it, multiply it, and of course maximize it. That's what we do on the Money Magnet Show, and we run that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. every single period that we have to come up with the Money Magnet Show. So yesterday we started a conversation on maximizing your money, and that is the opportunity to be able to travel either for vacation or for work or for study. And then we covered quite a number of stuff yesterday. So we started speaking about if you migrate to UK, if you want to migrate to UK, we covered if you want to migrate to Canada, and we were about to start the US before time caught up with us. But very, very fast, I just want to look at 4 things you will need. Is a reminder if you are going to travel to UK on a visiting visa, or what they call tourism visa. You will need to have a proof of fund that you can travel and come back. Number 2, you need to show an address of where you'll be staying. Of course, you can get a free hotel online that will arrange for the booking for you. Number 3, you must prove to them that you are going to come back, and that talks a lot of volume about your tie to Nigeria. Number 4, you must have travel history. Okay, travel history simply talks about your travel experience. And then we jump over to Canada, and we said it's similar, only that when you are traveling to Canada and you want to go on visitor visa, you will need an invitation letter from someone already in Canada. So you need an invitation letter, you need a proof of fund, you need travel history, and then you need your tie to Nigeria. Once you provide all of that to the Canadian government, you should have a visiting visa, all things being equal, if they are convinced. So having said all of that, I need to quickly mention that some people don't have anybody in Canada, not even only in Canada, they don't have anybody anywhere, as in anywhere, even in Togo, they don't have anybody. But it's okay. If you don't have anybody in Canada, what you need to do is that you need to go online on Google and then look at, let's take an instance, you are into hairdressing, or you are even a mechanic, and or you are even a barber. Okay, so let's just take a normal barber on the street. You have all the other requirements, but you don't know anybody in Canada. So, and you want to go to Canada on a visiting visa. So what you do is that you will put it in Google, Barbing conference in Canada in 2022 or 2023, depending on the year you are going. Remember, you must have told them you are a barber. So don't go there and tell them I'm a banker or I'm an engineer, and then you are looking for a barber conference. No. The two are not going together. Whatever you've told them you are. You know, in Nigeria, one man can be so many things. It's one of the things that we have. You can be, just 5 things at the same time. So the one you told them that you are is what you will put into Google, and then get a conference for that profession that you mentioned that you are. So if you mention that you are a barber, you put it into Google and say Barbers Conference in 2023, and then it will show you all the conferences in Canada that is for barbers. Now you will now pick one of them, send them a mail. They will send you an invite, and that's what you are going to add to all the other requirements that you have, and then you are good to go. So those are the stuff about that. Now, for study visa in Canada, remember you need to get an admission letter. So getting an admission letter, one of the advice I like to give is don't if you have your way around schools without IELTS, it makes a lot of things easier for you, okay? But if you don't have choice, you might want to write IELTS, okay? IELTS just tests your speaking, reading, hearing, and understanding English. That's what your IELTS is really all about. They want it to be that they tell you to sit down or to stand up and you are not running away. They just want to be sure that you understand, the English. That okay, sit down, and then it's not that you now start running. You understand English. So that's what it is all about. So there are some schools that don't require it. What you need to, I think about 5 of them. University of Winnipeg don't require it. Oland College don't require it, and a couple of other schools. So you can look for them. I did a video on those 5. Look for them, and you might just want to apply straight. Once they give you admission letter, plus all the other requirements I mentioned yesterday, statement of purpose, which is your SOP, proof of fund, and I told you how to get that from the bank, that there are some banks that do it. They will put the money in your bank account, and once they put the money in your bank account, you can use that to apply, and then they will charge you for putting the money in your bank account. You can't touch the money, but you can touch every other money that is in your bank account. The reason why it is like that in Nigeria is this: they just want to be sure that you have that money. Meanwhile, you may have the money to pay your school fees, but because the Nigerian system is a system where we don't have all our money together in bulk, we used to have our money in piecemeal because we run a cash economy. We don't run the type of economy they run, but we have to think the way they think if you are going to apply for any of their stuff. So that's the reason why you might have to do it that way. So it's just a little change in the stuff. Okay, now I haven't mentioned that about study. Work, I also spoke about work permit. So but let me quickly mention a tie between the work permit and work and visiting and a work permit. So I said, let's assume you want to migrate to Canada. For an average Nigerians, from my experience, most Nigerians do not really have all the requirement at once. Why? Because the way our economy is structured is not structured in a way that they are asking for. So most times you have to get all those documents together one after the other, and before you will now get an approval. However, if you want to migrate to Canada and what you have is visitor's visa, one of the things I will advise you to do is, instead of getting to Canada and start snapping picture and posting it on Facebook, go and get a course for about 4 months or for about 2 months. Do the course with your visitor's visa. They will allow you to do that. The course is a 4 months course, and there are some that are 2 months course. Okay, let me give you an example. Like truck drivers course will take you 4 months. When you are done with truck drivers course is a course that allows you to learn how to drive truck in Canada. You don't really need, it's not different from what we do here. Okay, the same way we drive here is the same way we drive there, but everything you have to do, you have to go through training. So let's assume you are done with the training. You will get your license L1 for about 10,000 Canadian dollars. I don't know how much that is now. that money that you spend right there is going to make you back your money, because in about a month you can make as much as 20,000 Canadian dollars, even though you have to travel out of maybe Canada and cross the border to US a couple of times, but you cannot drive more than 8 hours at a stretch. So this is what I mean. Just unlike Nigerian truck drivers that will drive from Lagos to Sokoto for 3 days, and some of them may not stop until after 24 hours. No, the law does not permit that. If you drive in Canada and you drive truck, you make a lot of money, but you cannot drive more than 8 hours. You will park and rest, and after the rest you will start again. You will drive another 8 hours, and so you can get that kind of stuff, and it can help your permanent residence very fast. You don't need any other special skill for one truck driving, whatever. I'm just trying to tell you how to maximize your visitor's visa. So if you go with a visitor's visa, you can actually go to school to learn truck driving, and then get the license, and then flagpole, get a job and flagpole. Flagpole simply means you are in Canada on visitor's visa, you get a job, and they interview you, they get you the job, but you are not going to get to start doing the job because you are on visitor's visa. So you will go out of Canada. Let's say you are the borderline between Canada and US. There's no really like a border fence. So when you get to that side, you can tell the immigration officers that you want to flagpole. So they stamp you out of Canada. US will stamp you in, and then you go back. So that's the way it works. I'm going to tell you more about that when I'm back from this break. Stick around, don't go away.
Make, manage, multiply, and maximize your money. Yeah. The successful Sami at Money Magnet Show. Money Magnet Show.
It's Money Magnet Show with Successful Sami.
Are you looking for an avenue to blast your brand? Why not let us be your detonator at High Impact Radio 102.1 FM with Got You Covered. For advert placement, sponsorship, partnership, call us on 0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, 0902 745 3931, or send an email to info@highimpactstudio.com.
High Impact 102.1 FM is where you at. Now you know.
Make, manage, multiply, and maximize your money. Yeah. The successful Sami at Money Magnet Show. Money Magnet Show.
It's Money Magnet Show with Successful Sami.
On High Impact Radio, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. with Successful Sami.
Okay, welcome back. So I was talking about flagpoling. So you step out of Canada, they stamp you out, and then you get back in. And that is when your status will change, because you've gotten a job that you are going to do, and they send you all of that via email, so you can enter Canada on a work permit. Okay, so you are not going to be against the law, because you got a job before you left, but they send it to your email and said it's going to start at a time. So you already have the employment. So when you are entering Canada now, you are entering on the basis of the job you got, not on the basis of your visitor's visa. Please get that clear. It's just a strategy that quite a number of Indians use, and many Nigerians will travel there, go around, snap pictures, post it, and when their visa is about to expire, they will be looking for a way not to come back home. I mean, that's a simple thing you could just do, and it's going to help you get a PR very easily. So I've mentioned that we move over to United States of America. So if I want to migrate to US, what do I do? So if we consider the study, we consider the visit, we consider the work. Okay, I'm going to go on a short break. When I am back, we are going to look at how do I migrate to the United States. Stick around, don't go away.
Make, manage, multiply, and maximize your money. Yeah, yeah. With Successful Summit at Money Magnet Show. Money Magnet Show.
It's Money Magnet Show with Successful Summit.
Okay, welcome back. So, I need to quickly say that the Canadian government used to share information with the American government. So the same thing with their embassies. So they used to share information, meaning that if you go to Canada to apply and you tell them I'm a student and I want to school for my first degree, and you go to US and say I am a PhD holder, I'm an engineer, I am done with school, there are going to be issues. Why? Because they will have exchanged information rather. And if you are looking at the fact that maybe you want to say something else here and then come here to say something else, that may be tough. Why? Because these two countries share information. So for you to travel on a visitor's visa, both to Canada and US, you need travel history. The travel history you need require, you know, the one for UK, I said it's suggestible, I mean it's advisable you look at maybe one African country and probably Dubai. Okay, that's what I said. So having said that, I realized that that will take anybody for UK. In fact, I remember part of the people that we went with Dr. Leke the last time to Dubai. So quite a number of them have gotten a UK visa, and you know that's the way it works. But if you are going to Canada and you are going to US, you will need a travel history showing you have traveled to an European country or another country that is far higher than African country. So you want to take an European country and then maybe Dubai, join it to it. So making two, and that makes your chances to be very high. So you will need that for your travel history. You need to prove to them that you are going to come back. You also need to prove to them that you have the fund that will take care of you. Then you need an invitation letter, just the same way it is in Canada. Someone has to invite you. You know, in UK, you can just go online and book an hotel, but you can't do that in Canada and US. You need someone to invite you. And I said, if you do not have anybody, what you need to do is go online, look at the profession which you have applied with, and let's assume you applied as an engineer. So you go online, you put it there, engineering conference in US in 2023. It will show you a lot. Get on one of them, see the one you can pay for. They will invite you, so you will go on the basis of going for the conference, and that will allow you to be able to do visit and all of that. So you don't have a relative, there's no problem. So that's the way to go about a visit in US. It's similar to Canada. They share information, they share border, they share a lot of things in common. Now the next one is study. It's a little bit different. If you are going for study in US, the first thing they will ask you is that particular course in Nigeria. So let's say you want to study accounting in the US. it's going to be a little bit tough compared to studying aeronautic engineering, because aeronautic engineering is not very common, but accounting is common. So you are likely to have to prove some extra stuff, because they believe that, oh, maybe you should go and study it in your place, okay? And then, and you know, that can look somehow. So when you want to apply to US to do a study in any course, your points must be strong. So that's for study. And of course, you must have a proof that you can pay your bills. You must have a proof that you are also going to be back after your study, even though we know that anything can come up, okay? So you must have those proofs. Now, the next one is the work permit, okay? And on the work permit level, just the same way that you can migrate to Canada for work, you can also migrate to US for work. And I'm going to talk about 4 kinds of visas, special ones for US. Now, there's what we call OA1 visa for US, OA1 visa for US, and that visa simply talks about someone that has extraordinary skill in education, in science, in art. Maybe you are a public speaker. You've been speaking for quite a while. Your name has been mentioned in Nigerian newspaper. You have written books. You have done some works. You have spoken in conferences and seminars. You stand a chance to go under that kind of visa. Let's say you are a musician, you're a music person, you are very sound in music, and you have a couple of albums, you've been to a couple of concerts to sing. You are also standing a chance. Let's say that you are a science person, you've done some research and some grounds has been broken because of your research and a couple of work. You also stand a chance of an OA1 visa. An OA1 visa allows you to get into the United States with social security. They will give you social security. You live there, you will be working there. All the things that you have done for yourself in Nigeria, you go do it there. You'll be paying yourself. Your wife and children are covered with that visa as dependent. And then after some years, you get your PR, and then you get your residence. That's OA1 visa. So as a musician, you also stand a lot of chances. Maybe you are a young person and you've been singing for a while. You can also follow that route. And I also want to mention one other one. But let me go on a short break. When I am back, I'll mention some other 2 type of visa that can help you, because if you have relatives in the United States, there is a way they can apply for you. And I'm going to talk about birth visa. Okay, so if you want to go there and give birth to children, how do you go about it? What's the advantage and all of that? I'll speak about that when I'm back from this break. Stick around, don't go away.
Make, manage, multiply, and maximize your money. Yeah, yeah. With successful Sami at Money Magnet Show. Money Magnet Show.
It's Money Magnet Show with Successful Sami.
Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information, call 0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931. Follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Let's change your life with music, news, drama, sports, fashion, and entertainment. Let's change your life.
Why?
Because we are your urban lifestyle station. High for 102.1 FM.
maximize your money. Yeah, yeah. The successful Sami at Money Magnet Show. Money Magnet Show.
It's Money Magnet Show with Successful Sami.
On High Impact Radio, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. with Successful Sami.
Welcome back, and this is still the Money Magnet Show. I already have some calls here, and if you want to call into the show, the number to call is 0700 1021 1021. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir, I'm with you, sir.
Hello, my name is James Ali from Ogijo, Ikorodu.
Okay, talk to me.
Say something about Canada stuff yesterday.
Yeah.
Software. You said something about software developer yesterday, Canada.
Okay,
stuff.
Van
I did not know the name of this. Yeah, please. Can you
Van Ack. Okay, don't worry. I'll get to that. Let me just tidy up on everything so that we can wrap up on the stuff today. I'm going to spell it. I've noted it, so it's going to be part of the first question I will answer. So, talking about US, if you give birth to a child in US from age 21, your child can file for you. But if you want your child, because your child is, the moment you give birth to a child in Canada and US, automatically your child is a citizen. Okay, so, and it's just a matter of time. You are going to become a citizen. Now, if you now become a citizen based on the fact that you give birth to a child there, and you have other children that are yet to be 18, you can also file for them, and they too will become citizens. I don't know whether that is very, very clear, but let me run over it again. You are 27 years old. No, let me pick 25 for a straight figure. You give birth to a child. The child becomes 21. 21 plus 25, that is 46. By the time you are 46, the other children you gave birth to after 25 have come to, let's say, age 17. You have become a citizen because your child filed for you. You can now file for the child that is not yet up to 18, and the child will also become a citizen because you are a citizen. So that's the way it works. Now, if the child is 12 years old and he wants to go and school in the US, he's free to do so, and either of the parents can file to stay with the child. Okay, so let's assume you give birth to your child in the US, you bring the child to Nigeria, and that's usually the best, because when you give a Nigerian training, it allows the child to know two sides of life, and then helps the child to perform better in an environment that provides opportunity, compared to when there's a lot of opportunity is there and the child grows up to be very to be somehow. Okay, tough time produce tough people. Okay, and tough people produce easy times, and easy times produce lazy men, and lazy men produce tough time. Okay, I don't have time to analyze that. So, but you have to understand that fact about life. It's just the way it works. So, I have seen in many cases that it's usually good like that. So let's assume you give birth to your children in Canada and US, they automatically become citizens. Now, let me quickly run you through this. If you want to go give birth to a child in the US, it's a fantastic idea. So when you find out that your wife is pregnant, or you can even tailor make it towards that period, okay? So if you have that opportunity and you can go on visitor's visa and your wife is going to be pregnant around that time, you can decide to stay and give birth to the child in the United States. Okay, if you give birth to the child in the United States, instead of you to pay exorbitant hospital bill, you can look for, because they have about 3 alternatives, you can actually look for places that are maternity homes. It's a little bit different from a normal hospital. A normal hospital can be charging you $20,000, $30,000. But a maternity home will collect, let's say, $2,000 to $3,000 from you. And the service they will deliver to you is going to be like the service we receive in our normal clinic here. So, I mean, that I'm just giving you some, if you find it useful, okay, so that's okay. Then that's, by the way, giving birth. But because if you have to give birth to your child in Canada, it's quite expensive. You have to pick a doctor, they have to pick a location, and all of those things are money. Okay, but if you use that method in US, you will pay less and get a lot. And then the moment you give birth to a child in US or Canada, there is no what's the name of the baby? We will know it on the 7th day. It is right there that you are going to tell them the name of the baby, because the passport is coming out. So it's not like it is, his name is baby. It is when we want to do naming ceremony after 3 months that we now put the name. Tell them the name. They are making the international passport, and you need to have that before you leave. You cannot go out of that country without having that. So you need to make sure that you get that before you leave. It's going to be the document for the baby. It also comes with the social security. I'm saying this because if there's any young person listening to me and that opportunity comes, you know what to do. If you are not informed, you will be deformed. If you are not updated, you'll be outdated. If you are not inspired, you will expire. Information is very relevant when you have to make important life decisions. Okay, so if you have relatives in the US, they can easily fight for you. So you need to just look at who are the people I have there, what are my chances, and all of that. Now, the US route of filing with people works very fantastic. Okay, so I want you to take a look at that option. If you have anybody there, you want to look at the option of they bringing you aboard. That kind of visa used to sail through very, very, very easily. I haven't mentioned all of that. I need to jump over now. I want to begin to answer questions. So if you are listening to us right now and you love to call into the show to ask questions, our number is 0700 1021 1021. And if you want to send us a WhatsApp message, 0907 224 5018. That is our WhatsApp line. If you call that line, it's not going to respond. If you send a WhatsApp, the line will respond. 0907 224 5018. But if you want to call, 0700 1021 1021. Your name and where you're calling us from? 5018. Okay, turn down the volume of your radio set so that we can hear you. Okay, we lost that call. So let me start from our friend that was asking about that company that will sponsor you to Canada if you have IT knowledge. Okay, so they will sponsor you, at least the ones I've seen. They will pay your flight ticket, arrange for your visa, get you a job. It is when you get there they will start deducting the money little by little. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Hello, Dr.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Hello. Good morning, sir. Thank you for your enlightenment.
Yes, sir.
Adedayo from Songo is on the line.
Okay, beautiful, Mr. Dayo. How is it? Long time.
Yeah. Very fine.
How is your boy?
Very fine.
Okay, good. So let's have your question.
Talk about you talk about the teacher job on the US about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And maybe the teacher from the maybe they start from
Okay, teachers in UK. UK wants teacher. They started it 1st of February.
Yes. How to do that? That's the first question.
I'm
The
going
second
to
one
answer that question. I've noted it.
Is it your opportunity from artisan like a plumber from UK, US, and the three countries are talking about plumbing?
Okay. I'll touch on that too. Okay, so I'll touch on that too. You can just listen via the radio. Now, let me quickly talk about Van Ark. The guy said I should spell it V for Van, A for Apple, N for Nancy, H for house, A for apple, C for cat, K for kettle.com, vanark.com. So if you go to their site, you will see for tech talents. So that's find a job. So once you get there, I don't know how much sponsor they do now again, but as at 3 years back, they were seriously sponsoring a lot of people. So as I'm talking to you right now, I'm on their site, and on their site, they need a senior Ruby on Rails developer, okay? And the place for the job is at Vancouver, remote. They will pay you between $80,000 to $100,000 Canadian dollar per annum. They need a senior front developer in Canada. You see what I'm saying? Just IT. They need a full stack developer, okay? That's another job right there. So there are quite a number of jobs. So you can just go to Van Ark, VANHACK.com, and then you'll find out details on that. Now, the man called in to ask about teachers, okay, in the UK. February 1st, the UK government opened the opportunity for people that are teachers in Nigeria to migrate to the United Kingdom. And I did a video on that. I'm looking at how will I send the link. Okay, but no problem. You can find the link on their site, okay? And what you do is 4 requirements. Number 1, you need a BSc. That is their level 6. You need a BSc Edu. Number 2, you need to be a member of registered teachers in Nigeria, okay? That's TRCN or TCRN, one of the two. That's the way they pronounce it. So you need that one. The office of that particular body, I think it's in Abuja. I think they have a Lagos office. I'm not sure. So I think you pay about 10,000. They register you, go for the training and all of that. So you need to find that out. You need that. Then you need IELTS. You must score 5.5 unless they reviewed it. But that's what they started with, 5.5 in your IELTS. And then you need you need teaching experience. You must have been teaching for nothing less than 9 months. Okay, I know that Nigerians have that in large quantity. 20 years teaching experience. So it's okay, you will give it to them. So, but you need your BSc. And if you have MSc too, very good. Then if you have PhD too, that's also good. That's for those people that want to go to UK as qualified teachers. TQS. You want to go through Teachers Qualifying Scheme in the UK. And what's the advantage of that? Your salary cannot be less than £28,000 per annum. That's the minimum. So you see some of them getting more than that, up to 40 and more. Now that's on that side. Now the other one is when you are not a TQS teacher. So they classify you as an unqualified teacher, but you also teach in the UK. You can teach in their primary school, you can teach in their secondary school. So how do you do that? You go online on Google and look for agencies. Agency will interview you, they will get you a school and they will place you in that school, but you may not receive as much salary as qualified teachers, but they will make sure that you get a work visa that will start counting towards your permanent residence. Okay, so that's the way you do that. So if you study maybe biology, zoology, guidance and counseling, physics, chemistry, like your major is physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, Yoruba, and all those other courses that stand alone that people normally say that JAMB gave me. Those, you understand. So those courses, you stand a big chance, because all you just need to do is the TCRN. That's, you need to be a registered teacher, and you do that under 3 months, unless they've extended that now. I'm not sure about that, but you do that here in Nigeria. You become a registered teacher. It is the then you get the necessary paper from there, and then you use that to apply. So there are people getting teaching job in UK that way. Okay. I haven't said that. I need to also look at some of the questions I have from yesterday. So this guy is saying here, let me just run through. So if you want to call into the show, 0700 1021 1021 is the number to call. James from Shagamu, uploading video do consume data a lot. Is it advisable for me to compress my video before I upload them? Yes, you can do that, but it's not going to come out in good quality. Number 2 question from yesterday is, do you have any update on UK teaching? I've just explained that. Number 3 is, good morning, sir. I've set up my Pioneer account demanding for $50 for MasterCard. You don't need MasterCard. Just get the free account online. Pioneer.com, sign up for free. Connect your domiciliary account in Nigeria to your Pioneer account. Anytime they pay you, you transfer the money to your domiciliary account in Nigeria and you collect your dollars. Good morning, Successful Somi. I'm Nathaniel from Agege. Can you please spell out the company website that sponsor people to Canada? That's Van Ack. I've already spelled that. Okay, so you can just check out Van Ack. Can I see an heavy duty driving job in Canada? Yes, go to jobbank.gc.ca. I spoke about that yesterday. I applied for Canada study, but visa was denied. This was what they sent to me. Okay, so somebody applied for a Canadian visa and it was denied, and he sent his the refusal decision to us right here in the studio from the Canadian office, what they sent to him, and I went through it. So I'm going to read the remaining part because that's what we need. So the remaining part is saying that he does not have enough fund for the study. That's why they deny him the stuff. Thank you for your interest in studying in Canada. I've reviewed your study permit application and supporting document to access whether you meet the requirement for a study permit in Canada, and this includes accessing whether you are coming to Canada temporarily for the study or as you describe in your application. I've determined that your application does not meet the requirement of the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act, IRPA, and the Immigration and Refuge Protection Regulation, that is IRCC. Those are the people that decides whether you come into Canada or not. I am refusing your application. Let me see. Okay. I wanted to get out the part that says that it was because of the fund. Now, if you have a similar decision made on you, I mean, they've stated there the 3 things that you can do. So I'm not going to read all of that. So what you're going to do is get a financial institution or a banker. If you have an account officer, talk to your account officer. Your bank may be offering the service. Get the service, reapply, you are good to go. Okay, I haven't mentioned that. The next question I have over here, it's good morning, kindly give the right spelling of Van Ack. I've given that. Okay, Alaji said I should send my number. I've contacted Alaji. He said my son is trying to study and work in Canada. He's a BSc holder. Okay, we have a call. Your name and where you're calling us from?
So this is Dare from Abeokuta.
Dare, talk to me. What's going on?
Yeah, sorry, I have been listening to the program quite long. So I want to confirm if you have idea on Germany travel process.
Okay, Germany visa. it's advisable you go through Spain. A Schengen visa will give you access to about 19 or 21 countries. To get a Schengen visa, they've just relocated to a place in VI. So you book an appointment, you walk in, and then you apply for your visa. Very easy and straightforward. So if you get a Spain visa, you can move to Germany. Yep.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
And another thing I need to confirm. I have a brother there. I have a brother in Germany.
Okay.
I've been there over 38 years. You know what I'm saying? So how can we go about that?
It's on. You said it's on something.
I said I have a brother there. I have a brother in Germany.
And you have a brother there for 38 years. You said, is that all you wanted to say? Okay, good. If you have a brother there, I mean, it doesn't make any difference if your brother does not have any paper. It's like you're having nobody there. In fact, it's not good that you mention that you have him there. Because if they know he's there, they can root him out. That's why people break their SIM. When they call you and you tell them, and they tell, come. And then you get to the border, you want to come in, and you called, and then the immigration officer say, oh yeah, call the person. And you call them and they see your number. They break the SIM. Allah Kuba. Why? Because they don't have paper. And you are calling them. They will trace them and flush them out. That's the issue. So if the person you want to go and meet does not have paper, you are creating problem for him. Telling the immigration that he is my uncle, he's inside. So you need to get that. It's very important. And most people will never tell you they don't have paper. They will just want to keep quiet about that side. But if you eventually get a visa and you want to go, you need to clarify that, okay? So thank you for that question. The next question I have here, it's from Alaji. My son is trying to study and work in Canada. He's a BSc holder in architecture, 21 years old. He stands a lot of chances. So what he needs to do right now is go to edu.canada.ca. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Your question very quickly.
Huh?
Your question very quickly.
Okay, my son wants to go and work in the US. And it's a BSc holder. BSc holder. He wants to go and work and study in the US.
Okay,
how will he go there?
What is his first degree?
He read microbiology, but he's a guru in IT.
Okay, he has to pick one, and he has to be able to show them a transcript for the school he has gone to. If he does not have any papers to show for the IT.
Well, he has papers. He went to different schools on that.
Okay, the schools he went to, are they approved? Because this is what I'm saying. If I go to study a 4-year course, microbiology in the university, and then somebody can teach me IT in one institution that is set up, of course they will give me certificate there. That one is not tenable. It is the school.
Which one is tenable? Is it the one that transcript? You will go to university again?
Okay, no problem. However, whatever the case is, let him look for a school right now. That's the next thing he needs to do. Once he get a school, get an admission letter. While you are doing that, get your proof of fund to show them, and that's how to start your application process. Let me move to the next question very quickly. So I have a similar question to that here. The guy is going to Canada. His first degree is architecture. Go and look for a school at educanada.ca. Okay? Your name and where you're calling us from?
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Sorry, this is Mr. Inka from Odimerumu. Yeah, I'm a truck driver. Okay. So is there any possibility of...
You say you are a truck driver?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a truck driver. Is there any possibility of getting jobs in either UK, US, or Canada, sir?
Okay, you can listen via the radio. Okay, we have a call. Okay, good. Now, if you are a truck driver, if you are a mechanic, you are an hairdresser, you are a barber, and you feel that you want, even if you can only pick fruit on the floor, there are jobs on jobbank.gc.ca. But if you want to go and apply, there's what is called LIMA. The company that wants to bring you will spend a lot of money to get that document. If you want to come and pick fruit on the floor in Canada, the company will look at how much they will pay you and how much they will use to apply. So they will want to prefer the person that is inside already. My advice, if you go on a visitor's visa and you fall in that category, go for a short-term course immediately you get there on a visitor's visa that is less than 6 months. Get the job, flagpole, and then move to Canada, move in back to Canada for a PR. Simple. Your name and where you are calling us from?
Hello.
Hello. Okay, go ahead.
Hello.
Your question.
Please, concern about artisan, like a plumber, engineer.
Yeah.
Is it possible to apply?
Yeah, I just
Canada
answered that
and
question. Go to jobbank.gc.ca. Look for Canadian jobs. Plumber job in Canada. Okay. That is going to give you an idea to show that there's a lot of job for artisans there. But you need to get into the country for you to have access to that job. They cannot hire you from Nigeria. Why? Because IRC will ask for a lot of documentation. So if you go in with visitor's visa, you can do a mini course, like a 2 months training in that your area, and then get a job, flagpole, and come back. Okay, so your name and where you are calling us from?
Hello? Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. Please go ahead with your question.
Okay, please, I have interest in Canada, but my qualification is OND. How can I go about it?
What other job have you learned over time?
Hairdresser.
For how many years?
Like a year.
Oh, you need to step up on your education. So, advisable, maybe you just go do your HND, and when you are done with your HND, then you can then apply to do masters, or you apply to do your first degree, and that's going to cost you a lot of money because you need to show in your bank statement that you can pay your school fees for 4 years or thereabouts. So that can be very demanding. Let me move to the next question. So the question I have here next is, good morning, I'm a computer programmer. Can I get a good job in Canada government site as a Python? I will advise you to go to Van Ark site and see if there's anything for a programmer that has a Python skill, coding skill. I want to get a website to work. Okay, I've mentioned that. So the person wants spelling, jobbank.gc.ca. Can I get a sponsor, a tiny, I didn't get this. Is he saying training or tiny? Amadeni, I have HND in mechanical engineering. I usually have vocational certificate on electrical. I'm over 40. How do I apply to Canada? Apply as what? So if I get the remaining part, it makes it easier for me to answer. He sent, okay. Is there any job for truck driver? I've answered that. I am a bedroom steward here. My wife is a fashion designer. How can we relocate to UK for work? Now, relocating to UK for work can be very demanding. With what you said you have to look at either work, or you have to look at you have to look at studying. Studying is about the only route that you guys, and then you will need to show that you want to go and study. If you are doing masters, then you need to show that you have a BSc, okay, or an HND, and then you have to provide your transcript, okay. Let me see. Okay, I've answered that question. So you need to add value to yourself, okay. Good morning, sir. Please, can I travel to Canada on visitor's visa anytime, or is there a specific time? Anytime. Thanks for the enlightenment. I just wonder if you could talk about Italy, another European country. I just answered that now. I think there's a new office. The embassy opened, I think, in VI. So you can just get an appointment, walk into the office, and then you apply. Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm Henry from Ijoko.
Henry, talk to me. What's going on?
Yeah, I have a daughter who has an NCE and has about 3 to 5 years experience in Nigeria.
So
I don't know whether.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you. So what's your question?
The question is, I want to see if the UK application has any facility for NCE.
The
availability.
UK application is for level 6, unless they have changed that. But as at yesterday evening, I was still checking it because I know people have been asking me about that, and they say it's level 6. Level 6 in the UK means a BSc or a BEdu. So the daughter may need to step up. Okay, let him look for a school that he can attend. It can be, a school that is in education. We have some schools in Lagos. If you are within Lagos axis, it can be going on part-time basis. Most schools used to have, like University of Lagos have a special program for teachers, and you can go there during the holiday period for teachers, and at the end of about 4 years, it's a 4 years course, you have a BSc in education from Unilag. Okay, let me go to the next question. 0700 1021 1021. I want to see if I could take one or two more calls. And our WhatsApp line is 0907 224 5018. 0970 224 5018. Having said that, it's a good thing that if you have opportunity, you should know what to do with it. So the question, let me just take these two questions that I have here. It said, good morning, Dr. Successful Sami. My name is Yemi from Ikorodu. I tried to open an account on Gray, but I was disapproved back that my KYC is disapproved. So you need to get your KYC right. That's just the issue there. But Gray.co is open to Nigerian. Good morning, sir. Is there any opportunity for hairdresser in Canada? So what you need to do, if you're an artisan or you're an hairdresser, and I'm wrapping up with this question, go to jobbank.gc.ca. That is the Canadian government website. The government of the country list all the jobs that are available in their country. Go to that website. It's free. You are not going to pay. Go there, type the type of job you want to go and do there. Once you see it, if you will check below that job opportunity, most times they want people that are in the country, but you can find the one that say, okay, if you are outside the country, we can apply for you so that you can come. If you find anyone that says that, good. If you don't find anyone that says that, what you need to do as a Nigerian, me too, I'm a Nigerian, so I'm giving you correct. What you need to do, forget long thing. Look for how you will get visitors visa, get to that place, do a 2 months training program, flagpole, and then apply for PR. That's just the way to go about it. On that note, I'm going to close. Friday is another day that we have the Money Magnet Show, and I'll be talking about how to make money from babysitting from home. So you can be in Nigeria and be babysitting a child in the US or in Australia. So we're going to talk about that, and you are going to be making money on regular basis. Okay. That's all we can take today. Till I come your way next time. Successful Sami is still my name. I've not done another naming ceremony. Remain financially intelligent.
You're looking for an avenue to blast your brand? Why not let us be your detonator at High Impact Radio 102.1 FM with Gachi Cover. For advert placement, sponsorship, partnership, call us on 0706 393 5694. 0915-958-1881, 0902-745-3931, or send an email to info@highimpactstudio.com.
Let's change your life with music, news, drama, sports, fashion, and entertainment. Let's change your life.
Why?
Because we are your urban lifestyle station. Hi for 102.1 FM.
Make, manage, multiply, and maximize your money. Yeah, yeah. With Successful Summit at Money Magnet Show. Money Magnet Show.
It's Money Magnet Show with Successful Summit.
On High Impact Radio, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. with Successful Summit.
0 is a number. 1 is a letter. High by 102.1 FM loves you better.
Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information, call 0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931. Follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
We love you at High Impact Radio. We have zero tolerance for mediocrity. High Impact 102.1 FM. We're the vibe for the weekend to keep you all week long. I'm feeling vibes on vibes. High Impact Radio 102.1 FM.
You know, fit you, my vibe.